Hey everyone, this is Shino. Today we're going to be doing earth signs for how do we bring back our genuine smile. Okay, so what I mean by genuine smile is like we're all able to smile and everything, but how do you bring more happiness into your life? How are you able to smile genuinely? Like, what is preventing you from, being able to have that peace of mind and be able to smile again? Because, we all have problems in our life, and sometimes things linger and we don't know how to close it or how to approach it or even have a good idea of like where to start. So if that sounds like you and you want to listen about that, feel free to stay with me on that, okay? So for the earth signs, it's Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo. I always say Taurus like it's Pokemon or something, but Taurus or Virgo. So yeah, and I'm gonna be doing two, so 1 or 2. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pick one card for the obstacle and 4 ways as a solution, or like what do we have to look within ourselves that we need to fix, or for you earth signs, for what you have to fix. Okay, so let's do that. So cards guide me. I'm looking for one card for how to bring back this individual smile. Like, what's the problem? And after then, so this card will be for the obstacle, and then 4 cards for how to fix it, what to fix. Okay. So I'm gonna use these cards. I'm using the Wild Unknown Tarot as a way, like as a starter, like a starting point. Like, so first I'm gonna we're gonna look at the picture first. Like, what does the initial picture or feeling make us feel? And then we're gonna look at what the book means. So I'm gonna use these cards as it was intended, to be all upright. So if they come reverse, if you want to think about it, maybe it possibly has some type of significant meaning of what type of inner work you might have to do. Okay, so let's look at the obstacle, which is preventing you from having, your smile. Okay, so we have the Son of Swords, and in this picture we have this owl with a sword, and it's flying downwards. The first thing I think about when I see this is like maybe someone or something took something away from you, and like this bird looks like, this owl is looking like, it looks like they're bringing it to their nest type of thing. So maybe an event happened to you where somebody took something, maybe at nighttime or something, and that made you very unhappy, and you feel like you don't know how to move on with that. Let's see. So feathers, flying, it's not flying up, it's flying downwards. And this bird looks like it's looking at something, like it has a goal. Maybe you feel possible instability with yourself because, this bird is holding this knife and it's pretty heavy, for this bird. I feel like the sword is, usually swords are kind of heavy. I don't think it's a dagger. And yeah, it is a sword, yeah. More of a sword than a dagger. Maybe it's something really sharp because the sword is sharp. It's touching the skin, so maybe the issues that you're dealing with you know, like you've been holding on to it for a really long time, and it's almost like hurting you. Like physically it's hurting you when you think about it, you know? That's what I get from this card. Let's see. Okay. Well, looking at this card too, we also have the four corners are blackened out. Maybe in my head, like, I'm thinking about, like, maybe since this is the picture and this is the area of which it's trying to travel, it must have only a few options or places that it's allowed to go. Maybe you only have like a few ways that you've been dealing with it, and you're trying to expand on, like, maybe there's a better way. Maybe instead of going this way, I should be going that way or down that way. Okay. So that's like the issue of which is causing all your disparity currently, or that you've been dealing with, that's preventing you from truly being happy and truly, you know, something's preventing you from smiling. Okay. Then let's look at the first card for solutions. Okay, so for you all, you have the Daughter of Pentacles, and I did a reading 2 days ago for air signs. I think it was 2 or 3 days ago, and I also got the Daughter of Pentacles there too. And what I said for that one was, like, there's basically, like, this person has a goal. This individual, you know, they look at these two cards, like they're looking at the same direction, you know. This one looks more focused. This one looks like it's more of a deer in headlights. Maybe that's what the feeling was whenever you're doing the same thing. You feel like you're a deer in headlights, and maybe this card is telling you that you have to snap out of it and break out of that same habit. Okay? Because if you keep doing that, it's like, for me, when I look at that rainbow, it's like you're walking away from the rainbow. Shouldn't you be headed towards the rainbow and not away from it? Maybe it's telling you to consider stuff that has happened in the past. Maybe your vision is a little bit narrow. You know, you have to think about your situation more openly about it. You know what I mean? I'm looking at this deer or fawn. I don't know what type of animal this is, but the legs, and I think about how it looks very unstable, like almost weak. You know, like there's not enough meat type of thing. Maybe you haven't made like strides enough in your foundation for your issue. You know what I mean? Maybe you have to build up a little bit more of the basics when it comes to whatever you have to deal with first, so that you're a little bit more stable. Okay? So they're looking at the same thing. Okay. And look at this card. The top two corners are blackened. But this one chooses to go that way. Have you made the right decision in the direction that you're headed? Maybe you're trying to shortcut it all, type of thing. Maybe you're trying to find the fastest way so that, you know, you could deal with it, but in actuality, it's not turning out for the best. Maybe you have to just do it the long way. And even if it takes the long way, wouldn't, at least you know for certain, if you go that way, that it's for certain that you're going to be able to get what you want, you know? At least there's not a little bit of like, oh, like I doubt this and I doubt that. You know what I mean? Okay, let's look at another set. Oh, okay. So the Magician, and this card is all about, since, you know, it's Major Arcana, so it's like about manifesting things. Have you, in your heart of hearts, been truly saying to yourself, I could do this? Or like you're saying I could do this and you're actually doubting it all the time? Since this card comes out, since this card came out, you have the power. You have what it takes for you to be able to push forward and be able to overcome hardship and obstacles. It's just that your head is turned in the wrong directions. You know what I mean? You're being possibly too defensive. Maybe in your head, maybe like you're not allowing yourself to hear other people. Maybe sometimes, maybe it's one of those things where like you're asking advice from people who have already been through that situation, and you're just being like, oh yeah, you're right and stuff, and I should do that and I will do that, but in actuality you're not doing that. And look, it's look, the Magician literally has his or her, its paws on that pinnacle, on that earth. You know, since that's what it has to do with, like with the earth sign. So maybe, you know, since this cheetah is pushing the pentacles down, maybe your mind has been in the gutter lately. It's just too cluttered. Maybe your head is thinking too much about finances or money, you know. Maybe your situation has to deal with managing money, you know. But this cat's like, oh, like, yeah, like I want to go buy that and I want to go buy this, or like there's a sale right there and I'm gonna go swoop in and get it first type thing. But is that the right way? Is that what you want to be doing with yourself? You know, just when you know for a fact that, you know, even though you have the money, but is it in your best interest? Shouldn't you possibly choose to invest? And here we go. Here's another one again. We got another Pentacles. So here's the Four of Pentacles. Okay, so what do we see here? Almost looks like a dream catcher. Everything is, the up and bottom is like equidistant to each other. Okay. For the bottom top, it almost looks like a cross. Are you spending enough time? Let's see. Because I'm looking at this bird over here. I'm looking at this bird over here, and it looks like this bird is flying into this trap. This bird is literally flying into this trap, even though it was down here. But if you were to put it next to it or whatever, it almost looks like, you know, this bird is gonna get caught in the trap. That sword ain't gonna do anything because there's a lot of holes in this web. Maybe you're like trapping yourself, and somehow you have to. You already know that it's wrong. You know, whatever situation it is, you already know it's wrong, and like there's only like maybe like a 10 to 20% chance you're gonna be able to go through those little holes in it. You know, that's what's making you unhappy, possibly. And let's look at the color. There's pink, blue, yellow, green. So this is like all primary colors. Maybe the thing that you're dealing with is something that is like really major, and maybe the care that you're putting into it makes you feel that, you know, you don't have full control, and possibly the control in your life is like out of whack right now. Okay. And then, ooh, this was reversed. I don't know, but like, you know, if that means anything to you. Okay, so we have the sun. Was there anything in this? So you have these two cards that have this almost like sun-like effect. Okay, and this one has like doves in the corners. Freedom, like I feel like whatever's holding you back, there's a good chance that it's gonna pass over. You're gonna be okay. Okay. The sun, I feel like whenever I see the sun for this, like there's hope. Let's see, where is it going? What can we create for a picture? See, look at these birds. These are the birds, right? It's going everywhere except towards the sun. It's going everywhere except towards the sun. So just replace these birds with this owl. It's going outward and it's supposed to go inward to this focal point over here where it actually matters. Is what you're doing with your situation, does it actually matter? Are you making efforts in that? Okay. So those are like my ideas, like before looking into the book. But let's go look at the book, shall we? So how to bring back your genuine smile. So the issue is the Son of Swords. Okay, issue is the Son of Swords. Son of Swords. Okay. So for the Son of Swords, we have forceful, determined. A dynamic creature, the Son of Swords is a man of action, not of grace. A man of action, not of grace. He pushes forward toward his goal with urgency and determination. To top it off, he's very educated, making him a force to be reckoned with. Usually, he's seeking approval from the patient and just father of... Okay, I'm gonna read that again. Usually, he's seeking approval from the patient and just father of swords, who casts quite a shadow onto his son. Working with the stimulating and exhausting young man can prove to be a challenge. So since this book is basically talking about maybe you have people in your life, like, because you're a person of morals and a person of, tradition, you don't want to disappoint anybody. There might be a figure in your life, mother, father, guardian, a person that has taken care of you, or a person that, you see them and they're like your role model, and like, basically you don't want to disappoint them. That's why you're trying so hard, but maybe what you're doing, it hurts you at the same time. And plus you don't want to express that because you don't want to look weak. Okay. There's times in your life where it's okay to be weak, If you don't want to be in public being weak, you could have a moment of release, If you need somebody's permission, I give you permission to be weak right now, in this moment while you're listening to this. You're allowed to be weak, You're a person that's determined for maybe something that you did, like you tried to force it and it didn't pan out the way you want it. Like maybe you were trying to get a promotion or something, and after then such and such got it instead of you, and now you're kind of salty about it, type of thing. Could be that, whatever your situation may be. And for the solutions is this, and this. So let's go look. So for the Daughter of Pentacles, this is responsible, kind, and supportive. Okay, so you'll usually find the Daughter of Pentacles behind the scenes rather than out in the spotlight. Though quite shy, she is extremely hardworking and responsible. She handles details and logistics well. People depend on her. She has vast amounts of inner strength. Like all of the Pentacles family, the daughter thrives when in nature. Have you given yourself a break? Have you actually chose not to skip vacation? Have you ever tried, to like, when you're actually on vacation, you just fully dropped it and be like, hey, like, I need a break. Like, maybe like when you actually take a break, don't take that 1 week break because that's not long enough. Maybe you should go for 2 or 3 weeks so like you could completely drop what you need to do and turn off that work phone or whatever. Block all those people and have to unblock them when you're off vacation already, Because, you already know yourself. You already know that you're a hard worker. You already know that you get things done because you've built yourself up to be that individual, But maybe you're feeling hella burnt out, and you just, you haven't taken care of yourself. You're busy taking care of other people, You're busy worrying about what other people think. But what do you actually think? What do you actually want? Okay? So since this is responsible, kind of supportive, just do your part like you usually do. But then after that, after, for a fact those other people are okay, focus on yourself. Do what you need to do to take care of yourself. Okay? Okay, so let's look at the Magician. The Magician. And for this one is number 1. So if one has an significance in your life. So this one is self-empowerment action. The Magician is a card of boundless, expansive energy, whereas many of the major arcana deal with stillness or aspects of the mind. This card is all about action, action, action. It's time to see yourself as the wildcat. Embrace his speed, grace, and abilities. Don't be afraid to begin. You have the power of all 4 elements within your reach. Now is the time to use them. See? You're the one who's making all the calls. You're making all the shots in your life. If anything, the other people need you more than, the opposite because you get things done, like I said. So when you're ready, go for it. Don't wait until last minute. Go for it. Like if it's something that could be achievable right now and for a fact, why don't you start tomorrow? Or right this minute. After this video, start making plans, write it down. Okay? And then let's go for the 4 of Pentacles. So let's see what's up with that. How to gain that smile back. Right? Okay. Okay, so this card is the 4 of Pentacles, possession and control. The 4 of Pentacles first suggests material gain and stability. Only good news for your bank account and home. Yet underneath the surface, this is a card of warning. Do not become possessive or controlling. Holding on too tightly to the material world will leave you rigid, stagnant, and displeasing to others. Wealth is a concept. So in this situation, transform this. It could be the like I said from earlier, it's like a net that captures this, or you could turn this. It almost looks like in the shape of that sword over there. So maybe that's the sword, this material thing. Maybe somebody, like, maybe there was a family heirloom that you weren't given and you feel like you deserved it or whatever. Something like that. Something that has to do with like an item that deals with great importance to you. You didn't get it. And at this point, just be like, oh well, drop it. And like, if you really, really want it, you better make that action now. Like, if it's something that really means that much to you, you have to have it. You have that power to be able to get that, okay? All right. So like I said, holding on too tightly to the material world will leave you rigid, stagnant, and displeasing to others. Wealth is a concept, okay? And last but not least is this Sun card. All right? Sun, sun, sun. So this one is Sun. So this is vitality and entitlement, okay? And this one is number, let's see. Okay, so this one's number 19, so if there's any significance with that number for you. Imagine for a moment that you're soaking in the warm rays of the sun. It feels nourishing and healing. All your aches and pains just fade away. The Sun card brings this amazing energy into your life. Vitality and health abound. While you feel assurance and clarity in all you do, spend some extra time outside today. Be grateful for the radiance of the sun and the life force it gives all creatures. So, take a break, okay? Stop stressing 24/7, you know? Since you already know that it's there, you might as well, like, stop and just, like, chill out a bit, okay? And now, I'm going to be pulling from one of my sticks to determine if this, like, is a long-term situation that you're going to have to deal with or it's just short-term. Okay. Ooh. Okay. Pulled it. It says, blank, appreciate the offer, however. So since this is more of like a no, this is a long-term thing that you have to deal with. Not too long-term, maybe like, it's not like a super long time, but it's still like a long-term thing. Okay. However in your head, however you feel what is long-term and short-term. Okay. You always make the rules for yourself. Okay. So you appreciate the offer, however. Okay. So this is gonna be a longish term in my head. Longish. But I feel like in my head, you can make this short term since you have this Magician and this Sun, you know, which is telling you to take a break, you know. All right. So thank you for group number 1. And now I'm going to head to group number 2. Okay. Hope that helped you much. And I hope that you're able to smile again without worrying so much. So that's for number 1. All right. So let's head off for number 2 now. This is for Earth signs, Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo. So this is for group number 2. So let's see what obstacle you're dealing with, group number 2. So here's the obstacle. And then here is the 4 solutions that is happening with the solution or about yourself that you have to change or somebody else has to change or something. We'll see how it all pans out. Okay. Here we go. Okay. So what's the obstacle? You know, the first thing that I thought about for the Son of Pentacles, here you go. The first thing that comes into my head when I look at this deer or fawn or whatever it is, it's like this deer looks sad. It looks like it's unfulfilled. There's something weighing in your mind, possibly, that you feel that it's unreachable. It's really far away. That's what's causing you to be so sad. It's something really heavy. It's almost like possibly nobody understands you type of thing. You feel like nobody understands you. There's this like shroud of darkness almost, like it's eclipsing what you feel. Like that pentacle over there, maybe it has to do with money, you know, and maybe like the money is like a big factor in what you're trying to do. Maybe you're trying to go to school or something and you don't have enough money, and you feel like, if I were to go to school, am I going to succeed? How am I supposed to do this? How am I supposed to do that? Okay. This animal looks really like stoic, you know? Maybe you're in a moment in your life where you're just really stuck. You don't know where to go. You feel like if you even make a move, it's like basically you're shooting in the dark. You don't even know like where's right and where's left anymore. Okay, that's what I get from it. All right, and the solutions for this. Let's look. If it matters to you, this was in reverse, and this is, was it the Eight of Cups? The Eight of Cups. Ooh, my goodness. It's more darkness here. Let me hold this card up. So all I see in this is like the broken pieces of glass. Maybe there's things in your life that, for this, since these are solutions, these this thing, there's like, there's always some type of constant reminder. There's always a constant reminder in your life right now. That's why you can't proceed in this dark area. See over here, like maybe this is where you're at right now, and there's that dark area that you want to explore, but you don't even know how to get to that peak of that mountain over there, you know, because there's no defined area. You have to clean up this mess first. Maybe there's like a lot of mess, and in order for you to be able to smile good, you have to clean up every single issue one by one, and then you'll be able to be okay. You're gonna be able to smile again. Okay, you have a lot of work. This one is reversed. Okay, maybe it has to do with like relationships too, because this is like water, relationships, emotions. Okay, so this was reverse. Four of Cups. So there's possibly in my head, since when I look at rats or whatever, like for this one, is maybe there's just like a lot of people that you're surrounded right now or whatever when it comes to this issue. It's like there's just a lot of deceitful people. They pretend to be like they're on your side, but maybe they're not. Maybe it's not all of them, of course. Maybe there's only a few of them, but you have to weed them out. Okay? Maybe you should do one of those things where people like tell one truth and tell one lie, and see how it circulates, and you know that you told only that person about that thing, so you already know that they're not on your side. Okay? But I feel, see, there's a crescent over there. It's all inverted. I feel like you're gonna be okay. Like there's a way to get out. There's a way to be able to overcome. You know? You have to see the other side of the coin, basically. Because maybe you're always in this state of mind maybe you've been like this rat and like trying to tiptoe around the situation. Have you ever truly sat down and tried to deal with it? Or have you just been neglecting it, you know? Because, you know, obviously we don't always want to deal with like headaches and stuff, but have you tried to like fully like realize what's going on? If it's your fault, if it was somebody else's fault, maybe you shouldn't tiptoe around it anymore. You have to make noise. You know, you can't be shy, you can't be quiet anymore. Okay? Okay, we got this. Reverse strength. Okay. I'm looking at this rose right now. Maybe it's like a relationship. Maybe somebody's clouding you. Maybe whatever relationship you're in, like they have taken the power away from you type of thing. And maybe, you know, you need to get out of that. Okay. You have to find your strength again. Only you could make your future. You're the one who chooses. And if it's like a lousy situation where it's hard, deal with it now, but know that there's something better later on. If that's your only option type thing. See, this is like the total opposites. Do you want to be the eater or the eaten, basically? Because you have that potential within yourself. You know you have that you know you have that other side. Show that other side. Know that you're worth it, you know? Okay. After the last card is 10 of Pentacles. Money, money, money. Earth, water, Leo. Goodness. Maybe somebody's been draining you too. Maybe something like is really draining you, because maybe that's, I feel like that money is like up there, you know. There's so much opportunity for you type thing. You have to see that opportunity. Maybe for that opportunity, maybe what you want to do is you want it all already. Don't we all like want it just easy? Like, can I just have it all? Why do I have to just do this, this, and this? But in order for you to get that, you have to do it in steps. You know, this circle is not just one circle. It's broken up into many small circles, and it unifies into one big circle. You know, I'm just looking at this one hole that's like orange, and that's orange over there. So maybe you have to take steps for this one. Okay, so that's that, and after that I'm gonna go look now. Let's look into the book and what it means, so we could have something more definitive. Okay, so let's see for the Son of Pentacles. Okay, so for the Son of Pentacles we have loyal, quiet, and dedicated. The good side of the Son of Pentacles is that he's loyal and determined. He's inventive and can be trusted wholeheartedly. But sometimes this figure becomes stubborn and persistent to a fault. This, combined with his quiet nature, result in being hard to get to know and socially awkward at times. He commonly has only one or two close friends rather than many. So... This one's... Okay, so let's dissect that a bit. So this is explaining possibly who you are. Okay. Loyal, quiet, and dedicated. Maybe there's a lot of... Even though you're being nice, you're a nice person, maybe you're the individual that lets people take advantage of you for your kindness, and you wish that they would stop, but you don't want to... You don't want, if you say, you're scared that if you say something, then you're going to be left with nobody. Maybe it's those people that you call friends and they're actually just not your friends. You know what I mean? In my own opinion, I would rather be alone than have bad company, you know? maybe this is a sign to you that, you know, you have to be like, hey, I don't like this from you, you should change. And if you don't want to, fine, whatever. It's like, I don't want to have to deal with you anymore, you know? Break away from them, you know? Or maybe, you know, you just have a fear of being with a lot of people because you think that everybody out there is possibly, you in your head, you're like, everyone's out to get me, everyone's not gonna like me because, you know, maybe you have like certain, you know, demons inside of you that, you know, you're scared to like show you. It's like, it's hard to be honest because maybe you have like a rough past or something. Okay. So it says like, but sometimes this figure becomes stubborn and persistent to a fault. So being stubborn is okay because it's a defense mechanism. We're stubborn because we feel like, oh, like this is not something that's safe for me. You know, you're just trying to find comfort, but you have to sometimes get out of that. You have to get out of your comfort zone once in a while. Okay, it doesn't have to be all the time, but at least make that effort, and at least you could say, yeah, I made that effort, you know, I tried. You know, just don't try while you're complaining the whole time. Like, you know, literally try it, maybe even just for like 10 minutes, you know, make those small bursts of strength, and then you should be good. Then you're gonna be like, oh yeah, I feel better about myself. Okay, and now let's go look at the 7 of Cups. Is that 7? No, that's not 7 of Cups. The 8 of Cups. This says stagnation, ill health. Okay. The 8 of Cups sends an urgent message to pack your bags and move on. Ooh, maybe you're like dwelling on something. See, it's already telling you. There is no hope of rekindling what's been lost. So you're dwelling on something from the past, something that you can't change anymore. You must start anew. This card also points to phases of illness and physical stagnation. The message could not be more clear. Nothing good remains for you here. Lift your eyes to the horizon and let your feet lead you forward. Okay, you know, for this one, maybe in your head you want to still keep trying because you don't want to start from square one. Okay, but how this card is, you know, it's okay to start from square one. It's like, rather start it now. Start, you know, make that change right now. Like, start over again right now, because maybe you're trying to compare yourself to other people. It's like, oh, such and such is successful. How come I'm not there in my part of my life? Just remember, you're not them. You are you. This happened to you, and you know, you have to understand, like, this just made you a stronger person because you had experienced that. Now you know what not to do, unless you want to keep making the same mistake and just like feel sorry for yourself about that. Okay, and I hope you're able to break free from that. Okay. So yeah, maybe it hurt you so much that, you know, you really got sick and like, or something, you know, it hurt you physically even more. So this one really ties in with that one. All right. So let's look at the 4 of, is that? Yeah, 4 of Cups. The 4 of Cups. Let me erase that a bit. Okay. So this is greed, discontent. Ooh, okay. An outsider would look upon your life and see supportive relationships, pleasure, and even a bit of luxury. But you don't see it that way. Instead, there's discontentment, apathy, and even greed for more. The 4 of Cups warns not to take your situation for granted, or the people who supported you along the way. Look around you. What are you truly longing for? Name it. So yeah, for this one is basically stop milking it already, you know? Be grateful for what has already happened, you know. You're already beating a dead horse, deer already, and it's already dead, you know. Move on. Okay, and then let's look at strength. Strength, strength, strength. Alright, so that is number 11. So if 11 has anything to do with anything. Okay, number 11. So for this one is mastery of emotions. It's common to think of this card as the roaring, devouring side of the lion. But look again. The strength that this card suggests is a much deeper force that's found within. Okay? The lion represents our most patient, composed self. He's a master of focus, compassion, and self-control. Keyword self-control for this one. In my head. When this card comes up, you're in need of harnessing this power for yourself. All the courage you need can be found in the muscle known as the heart. So in your heart of hearts, do you truly believe that this was worth it? You know, this situation that you're in, is it worth dwelling on? Because if you're able to smile about it still, you know, is it a genuine smile? Is it actually happiness, or is it just a facade? Is it something that is, you already know that it's a short-term, you know, high from it, and it's not really a long-term thing, you know? What is it that you truly feel? And for this 10 of Pentacles, fulfillment, abundance. The 10 of Pentacles signifies material and spiritual abundance in nearly every area of your life. The number 10 usually indicates completion, and in this case, the journey was well worth it. Okay? So this was worth it in the end, but, you know, it's already done. So be generous not only with your money, but also with your wisdom. Provide guidance to those who struggle. You will be rewarded tenfold. Maybe somebody in your inner circle is dealing with the same situation. You know? Maybe whatever you have dealt with, maybe you could be one of those people that, you know how some people go to back to schools or whatever, and after then tell them about their experience. Maybe that had, you know, it was a very scarring thing, but you were able to pull through it, you know? So this is basically almost for fulfillment and abundance. Be open to it, you know. Make new paths in your life, you know. All right. So now, I hope that helped you, even if it's just like a small bit. So now we're going to be drawing a stick to see if it's long-term or short-term. So if it's more of a no, then it's a long-term, and if it's a yes, then it's a short-term. Ooh, this one wanted to come out. Ooh, okay. Ooh. Well, in this one, you literally got the stick that's blank. Oh, lies. Sorry about that. It's okay. So this is a short-term thing for you, you know. You can make the decision now, basically. It's like, okay. Okay being okay. I thought it was blank. If it was blank, then in my head, that means like you make it longer or shorter depending on how you want it. You know, it's more of a up to you. But this one is okay. So it's short-term. Okay, and I hope that you're able to resolve it quickly. All right, group number 2, whoever watched that. Okay. So thank you for watching, and I hope to see you on a different video, and hopefully you're more happier and you are able to smile a little bit more. Okay? Righty. Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye.